Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to English Mastery Hub. I'm Logan, and I'm very happy you are here with me today. If you ever feel shy, nervous, or afraid to speak English, this lesson is for you. Today, I will tell you something very real, my own story. A story about my English journey. I started with broken English. I could not speak one full sentence. My grammar was not good. My accent was strong. People didn't understand me. Sometimes they asked me to repeat. Sometimes they just smiled and walked away. I felt sad. I felt small. Now, let me ask you, do you feel lost when people speak English fast? Do you try to translate in your head, but you freeze? I understand. I felt the same way. But everything changed when I found a new method. And now, people ask me, are you a native speaker? I want to share my secret with you. Not magic, but small daily steps, the right mindset, and a new way to practice. So stay with me until the end. You can do it too. Let's start. Let me take you back to the beginning of my English journey. I was 20 years old. I had just moved to the United States. Everything was new for me. New city, new people, new culture, and of course, new language. I knew a few English words like hello, thank you, and sorry. I had learned some grammar in school. But when it came to speaking, I was lost. I didn't know how to speak naturally. I couldn't have a real conversation. I couldn't understand when people talked fast. I felt nervous all the time. Whenever someone spoke to me, my mind froze. I quickly tried to translate from my native language into English. But by the time I found the words, it was too late. The person had already moved on. I felt slow. I felt embarrassed. I felt like I didn't belong. I remember one day very clearly. I was on the subway in New York City. The train was full. People were laughing, talking, making phone calls. All around me, English, English, English. I sat there in silence. I listened, but I couldn't understand. I felt like I was in a different world. One man was talking on the phone near me. He said something fast, so fast I couldn't catch even one full sentence. I looked at his face. He was confident. He smiled. He laughed. I looked at myself in the train window. I looked scared. I looked tired. I thought, what am I doing here? How can I find a good job if I can't even speak English clearly? That moment hurt me. It was painful. But sometimes pain is the start of something new. That day I said to myself, enough is enough. I'm tired of feeling weak. I'm tired of feeling small. I will learn English. I will speak clearly. I will do whatever it takes. That decision changed my life. A few days later, I was watching TV. I saw an ad. It said, "Learn English like Mr. Wang. He speaks like a native and earns $30 an hour." I didn't know who Mr. Wang was, but I liked that idea. Speak like a native? Earn $30 an hour? That sounded amazing. But then I saw the price of the course. It was expensive. I couldn't pay for it. I felt a little sad, but then I smiled. I said, if Mr. Wang can do it, maybe I can too. I will find another way. So I went to the library. It was free. I found many English books. I picked the ones written by native speakers. I thought, if I read how native people speak, I can learn to speak like them. I didn't understand everything. Sometimes I had to read one page many times. But I didn't give up. I kept reading. I underlined new words. I copied sentences in a notebook. I read out loud to hear the rhythm of the language. At that time, I didn't have a smartphone. I didn't have any apps. I didn't know about YouTube or podcasts, but I had a dream. I had a strong reason. I wanted to speak English well. I wanted to feel free. And here's the lesson I learned. You don't need money to start. You don't need perfect tools. You don't need someone to help you every step. What you really need is a decision, a strong decision. When you decide to change, the path will open. I remember walking to the library every morning. I was tired. The weather was cold, but my heart was warm. I believed in my future. I believed I could do it. Sometimes other people laughed at my English. Sometimes they said, "What did you say?" Or, "Can you repeat that?" That was hard. It made me feel shy. But I said to myself, "It's okay. I'm learning. Every mistake is one step forward." I started to talk to myself in English. I described my day. "I am eating breakfast. The tea is hot. I like it." I said these small sentences again and again. I didn't care if people looked at me. I wanted to train my brain. I also started to listen to English songs. I didn't understand every word, but I listened for the feeling, the rhythm. I sang along. I repeated the lyrics. It made me feel good. I watched simple English shows, cartoons, children's stories. I liked the simple language. I listened carefully. I paused the video. I repeated what the characters said. It felt like a game. Little by little, my English improved. I felt more confident. I started to understand more. I started to speak faster. I started to believe, yes, I can do this. One day, I was in a coffee shop. The worker asked me, "What would you like?" I answered without thinking, "I'll take a medium coffee, please." And then, I smiled. I didn't translate. I didn't freeze. I just spoke. It felt amazing. That was a small win, but it meant a lot. I went home and said, "Today, I spoke English without fear. Today I felt strong." And that's how the journey began. Not with a big plan. Not with perfect grammar. It began with one choice. One strong choice. So my friend, if you are reading this and thinking, "My English is bad," or "I can't speak fluently," I want to tell you, you can. I was just like you. I struggled. I made many mistakes. But I didn't stop. I kept going. You can start right now. Even if you have no money. Even if you are shy. Even if your grammar is not perfect. It's okay. Start with what you have. Use what is around you. Practice every day. Make the decision that English is part of your life. And remember, every expert was once a beginner. Every confident speaker was once scared. You are not alone. You are not too late. You are just getting started. Your future is waiting. Your English voice is waiting. Don't give up. Let's keep going together. Let's take the next step. You can do it. I believe in you. When I started learning English, I was full of hope. I wanted to speak English well. I wanted to be fluent. So, I began to read many books about learning English. I read more than 60 books. Yes, more than 60. Every book said the same advice. Listen more, speak more, watch English shows, make vocabulary lists, practice every day. I listened to this advice carefully. I tried to do everything they said. I made lists of new words. I talked to myself in English. I wrote down new phrases. I watched English videos and shows. I practiced every day without fail. But after many months, nothing changed. I still had problems. When I tried to speak, I was still translating in my head from my native language to English. I was slow. I was unsure. People sometimes did not understand me. That made me feel sad and frustrated. I started to think, maybe I will never speak English well. This feeling made me want to stop learning. It was hard and painful. But then something different happened. I found books written by people who were not born speaking English, but had learned to speak fluently. Their stories were real and helpful. One idea from these books changed everything for me. The author said, "Repeat what you hear again and again." This was new and different. None of the other books said this clearly. I thought about how we learn songs. We don't just read the words once and remember them. We listen to the song many times. We sing it again and again until we know it by heart. So, I started to do the same with English. I stopped just reading and making lists. I began to listen carefully to English sounds and sentences. Then I repeated them many times. I repeated one sentence over and over until I could say it easily and naturally. I copied the way native speakers spoke, their sounds, their rhythm, and their speed. Slowly, this helped me speak better. I stopped translating in my head. I remembered words and phrases more easily. This idea of repetition was the key to my success. I learned something very important. The right way to learn English is not about reading more books or making more lists. It is about doing what works best for you every day. If one method does not work, try another. The best way is the one that helps you speak English comfortably and with confidence. For me, it was listening and repeating. For you, it may be something similar. The most important thing is to keep trying and never give up. Remember, learning English is not about being perfect. It is about practice and patience. You do not need to read hundreds of books. You need simple, practical ways that help your brain and mouth work together. Repeat what you hear. Speak often. Listen carefully. This will help your English grow every day. One day, you will look back and see how much you have improved. So, keep going. Try new ways. Find your best method. You can do it. This is where the real magic started for me. At that time, I didn't have money to pay for English classes. I didn't have a teacher or tutor to help me. But I had one thing that was just as powerful: my daily subway ride that lasted about 2 hours. Every day, I took the subway to go to work and back home. Before, I used to waste that time by looking at my phone or thinking about other things. But then I decided to use that time in a better way. I turned my commute into a small classroom. I bought a cheap Walkman player. It was a small device that played recorded sounds. I made recordings of English news, English podcasts, and conversations between people speaking English. I put all these recordings into my Walkman. Then, I started a simple process to learn English step by step. This is how I did it. First, I just listened carefully. I did not speak at this point. I tried to hear every word, every sound, and every sentence clearly. I listened quietly, like I was trying to understand a story. Next, I started whispering the words. I didn't say them loudly yet. I just moved my lips and tried to say the words softly. This helped me practice without feeling shy or scared. After some time, I began to speak the sentences out loud. I tried to say them clearly and with confidence. I didn't worry if I made mistakes. I just kept speaking and trying to sound like a native speaker, and I did this every single day during my subway ride. At first, it felt strange. People around me probably thought I was talking to myself, but I didn't care. The subway was very noisy, so no one really paid attention to me. That made me feel free to practice without any embarrassment. Sometimes I would listen to one sentence again and again. I might listen to the same sentence 20 times, or even more. I repeated it until my mouth stopped feeling tired or confused. I kept saying the words until they felt easy to say. Slowly, my pronunciation became clearer. I started to speak faster and more naturally. And the most important thing was my confidence grew every day. Every day I felt a little stronger. I was not just learning English anymore. I was becoming an English speaker. This is the secret I want to share with you, my friend. Being fluent in English is not about being born with special talent. It is not about knowing thousands of words. Fluency is about repetition and real practice. It's about using English often. It's about training your mouth, your ears, and your brain every day. If you want to speak English well, you must practice speaking again and again. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Use every moment you have to listen and speak. Use simple tools, like a phone, a player, or a computer, to listen to English every day. Repeat what you hear until it feels easy. This is how you build your English. This is how you become confident. If you have a long commute or some free time every day, use it to practice. Turn your travel time, waiting time, or free time into learning time. It does not need to be expensive or complicated. Your phone or a cheap audio player is enough. Choose English recordings that you like. It can be news, stories, songs, or conversations. Listen first. Try to understand. Then whisper or repeat quietly. Then speak out loud. Try to copy the way native speakers talk, their sounds, rhythm, and speed. Practice daily. Make it a habit. Soon you will notice a big difference. Your English will improve. Your speaking will become smoother. And most importantly, your confidence will grow. Remember, the subway strategy taught me that learning English is about small steps every day. It is about using time well. It is about not giving up. So find your subway time and start your practice. You don't need a teacher, fancy classes, or expensive tools. You need your time, your voice, and your will to keep trying. Keep practicing every day. One day, you will be surprised to hear yourself speak English fluently. You will feel proud because you worked hard and never gave up. This is your journey. This is your story. Start today. After many months of repeating English words and sentences, something very special happened to me. One day, I was walking to work. Suddenly, I realized something new. I was thinking in English. I was not translating from my native language anymore. My mind was working directly in English. Before, when I heard or saw something, I always had to stop and think. I had to translate the English into my own language in my head. This made me slow and confused. But now everything was different. I saw a dog on the street. I thought, the dog is chasing the ball. This thought came to me quickly, without stopping to translate. I heard a man talking nearby. I thought, he sounds angry. Again, this happened very fast. I noticed I was making sentences in English by myself. This was an important moment. It was the moment I moved from learning English to living in English. I was not just repeating words, I was thinking in English. This made speaking easier and faster. After this, I worked even harder to improve. I found new ways to practice. One good way was called shadowing. Shadowing means listening to someone speaking English and trying to say the same words at the same time. I used YouTube videos for this. I listened to native speakers and copied their voice, tone, and rhythm. I also recorded my voice. I listened to my recordings and compared them to the original. This helped me find mistakes and improve my pronunciation. Did this every day. It was fun and helpful. Even though I was better, I still made mistakes. But now, I was not afraid to make mistakes. I knew mistakes are part of learning. Each mistake helped me learn more. I built a strong new habit. This habit was simple but powerful. I started to think in English. I started to speak in English. I started to live in English every day. This habit changed my English skills completely. It gave me confidence. It gave me freedom to speak with others. Now I want to help you build the same habit. I want you to think in English, speak in English, live in English. It is the best way to become fluent. Here are some easy steps to help you build this habit. Step 1. Practice small thoughts in English. Start by thinking about simple things around you. For example, when you see a tree, think, "This is a green tree." When you feel thirsty, think, "I want water." Practice this every day. These small thoughts will grow into bigger ideas. Step 2. Talk to yourself. Speak to yourself in English. It can be in your room or while walking. Say simple sentences about what you are doing or feeling. For example, "I am cooking dinner," or "I feel happy today." This will help your brain get used to speaking English. Step 3. Use English in daily life. Try to use English in your daily activities. When you shop, think about the things you want to buy in English. When you watch TV, listen and repeat the sentences. When you write a message, write it in English. Little by little, English will become part of your life. Step 4. Listen and copy. Keep listening to English every day. Use songs, movies, podcasts, or YouTube videos. Listen carefully and try to copy the sounds. This will help you speak more naturally and understand better. Step 5. Be patient and kind to yourself. Learning a new language takes time. It is okay to make mistakes. Don't be too hard on yourself. Celebrate small wins, like understanding a sentence or saying a new word. Keep practicing every day. Remember, thinking in English is not something that happens overnight. It is a process. But if you keep practicing, you will see progress. Your brain will learn to work in English automatically. One day, you will notice the same change I had. You will be able to think in English easily. Speaking will feel natural. You will stop translating in your head. This change will open many doors for you. You can talk to people around the world. You can watch English movies without subtitles. You can read books and understand them. You can even travel and feel confident. The secret is simple. Practice every day. Repeat often. Think in English. Speak in English. Live in English. If you want to succeed, start now. Begin with small steps. Use the ideas I shared. Be patient. Believe in yourself. You are not alone in this journey. Many people have done it before, and you can do it too. Keep going. The best is yet to come. Now I want to speak to you, my friend. You don't need to pay a lot of money for English lessons. You don't need to speak with a perfect accent. You don't need to live in an English-speaking country. You only need 3 things: a strong decision to change your life, a simple method that really works, daily practice, even if it's just a little. If I started from 0 and learned English, you can do it too. So what can you do today? Start small. Choose one short podcast or video in English. Listen to it every day for 1 week. Repeat every sentence out loud. Say it again and again until it feels easy and natural. Use your time wisely. Practice while you travel, while you walk, or even when you take a shower. Talk to yourself in English. Say what you're doing. Example: I am walking to work. I see a bird. I feel happy today. This helps your brain think in English step by step. And always remember, progress is not about going fast. It's about going in the right direction. Keep moving forward. Thank you for watching and listening to my story. If this helped you, please like the video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs hope and motivation today. Your English journey starts now. I believe in you. Let's do this together.